Let's say that I want to sell my business. How do I determine whether I have a viable business for sale or whether it's even something that anyone would like to buy?
I believe that anybody could be interested in your business. So the interest, I think, is there, just finding the right match of people. However, the question is, do I have everything in place or do I have something to sell? I was just having a conversation with a young man who's second generation of a very successful family business in Ohio. I mean, the business is as sound, popular, and profitable as any business I've ever seen. However, I'm not sure if it's sellable. So when you say, is my business sellable, are there certain things that you are doing that the new buyer is capable of continuing? One thing could be, could be the store hours. Maybe I'm open 12 hours a day. Is that reasonable for someone to think that they're going to work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week? It could be, am I making a particular food product, ice cream, soup, whatever, that has my special super secret ingredient in it? Or is it takes me 20 steps to make this sauce in 3 days? So the question is somebody going to go through this? This is the backbone of your industry. And this is what's part of making you successful. So the question is, and again, I mean, some folks are into sell because they just want out and whatever happens, happens. But some say, my name is up there. Chances are the person that's buying the business. Well, I guess that's a good point. Do you want to sell the name or do you want someone to change the name? And if they keep the name, do you want them to sell the same items that you had? So if you don't care about any of these items, then it would go right to the questions of the logistics of the business. Is my business profitable for the next ownership? If all of my staff is family, is the business going to be profitable now that we have a realistic payroll? If my building is rented, what's the terms of the rent? If it's good for 10 years, is it transferable? Is there a year left on it? Is there a guarantee that the landlord knows that there's going to be a new ownership? And we can put in the language that the rent is only going to go up X percentage guaranteed for the new owner. So there's a number of things that you have to decide if your business is profitable. Are the prices that I'm charging reflecting a reasonable living after the bills are paid? So all of these basic questions, if you truly want to see your namesake and business survive. I think most people that have been in business for a long time have a pride in it. They may be burned out, but they still have a pride, and they just don't want to sell it. A lot of folks don't want to just sell to any Tom, Dick, or Harry. They want to make sure that these folks are able to continue the legacy and the quality and the friendship, coming in, hey, how you doing, blah, blah. If you're not one that likes people and you're good in the kitchen, then you need to figure out who's going to be the face of the business. One of the things that I believe that I've seen, but I truly believe that, and I've been guilty of it, is that when there's a product and it says new ownership, the first thing that comes to my mind is negative. Oh man, really? New ownership? What do we got here? Are we cutting corners? Are we still using butter? Are they going to use margarine? Do we have this amazing wheat bread, or are they going to go buy Wonder Bread? All of these things. So unfortunately for the new owner, it's the challenge of, we pledged to do everything the same way. We worked with John for the last 6 months. We know where he's getting his eggs and this and that. And so we are working our darndest to be seamless in this transition. Okay, I'll give you a try. So think about these things when you're contemplating selling your business, and also the kind of number that you think is reasonable. In a normal business environment, it's typically your gross sales tickets, and of course we're not counting the shoebox of cash. We're talking about recorded income with internal revenue. And so we usually take that number, whatever it is, times 3.5, 3 to 3.5. So if you're doing $100,000 a year, then we're going to list the property for $350,000. So the question is that a reasonable sell price for the kind of daily revenue and the activities that need to be done. The other thing is you may want to make sure that your equipment is not tired, and it may reflect the end price that you get. So if you have 20-year-old ovens and, ice cream batch machines and you're asking top dollar, you may have a buyer that says, hey, you got this dinosaur over here, I want some compensation because I need a new pizza oven or whatever. So those are the preliminary things to contemplate. The lease, is it viable? A realistic number that you're considering, what's the number based on? Are your sales numbers realistic? Have you declared everything? And what if you want to see the legacy continuing or not? I think those are the first steps to think about.
If you are interested in starting or opening an ice cream manufacturing facility or selling your ice cream manufacturing facility, check Darryl out at icecreamprivatelabel.com. He can help you.